if you know, if it's our, see, it's our turn to go out in the world, not to be caught up in playing video games, watching BET, watching all the things that we shouldn't be watching. It's our turn to go outside and say, look up in the sky and say, God, you've been so good to me. See, when I think about it, the old time religion, we see that the old time religion, they always go outside and say, God, you've been so good. See, there was a story about a man who had all his great possessions, and when he went to a church that didn't shout, that didn't give God praise, so then he would come to church every Sunday, he would give God praise, and he would be shouting. He'd be the only one shouting, giving God praise. And people in the church would look at him like he was stupid. Like, what is this fool doing up in this church? We need some people like that. Just go off and know that God has been good. You see, the church, the deacons of that church came to him in his house, excuse me. They came to him at his house and they told him, you're going to have to stop shouting at our church. You're going to have to stop giving God praise. Well, the man said, you don't mind, excuse me, I feel like praying. I feel like praising God. We need some people like that. Young people, we need some people like that. I know you may get upset about somebody saying to you like, oh, look at so-and-so doing that little thing. Give you a little meme of, you know, you just a fool. See, we got to live past that. Like, yeah, I'm a fool for Christ. I'm a fool for the word of God. I'm a fool for giving God praise. I'm a fool for standing up and praising God. So I got a witness up in here. See, somebody may not understand what great things God has done. Well, I come to tell you that God gave his son to die. Well, I come to tell you that God gave his son Jesus. The great things God has done. Well, the great thing God has done for you is gave Jesus. You know, the great thing God has done for you. You may not understand this, but you may not say, well, what great things God has done. Well, I'm going to let you know that God woke you up this morning. God let you put on that suit you got on. God let you put on the shoes you got on. God let you step out the house with clothes in your right mind. If you know what I'm talking about, say yeah. Yeah. You see, God has been good because he gave Jesus to die on the cross one Friday. You see, God has been great because he didn't let his son stay there all Friday. You see, the great thing about that, because he went out. I don't know about that, but you need to know that God's been good. You know that God's been good. See, God let his son get up one Sunday morning